to Solve This Murder. I'm your detective, Bill.
And I'm your crime scene criminal and witnesses, Dani. We're on part 2 of the Jeopardies of journalism.
In part 1, I found the body of Paige and saw that she had been killed with an as-of-yet undiscovered flat murder weapon.
We also learned that on day 1 of this camp, Paige had announced her intention to swap from publishing to investigative journalism.
Finally, I found out that after dinner on the night of the murder, there was a large crash heard around Paige's cabin. Okay, so I am technically standing here still with Nicola Flatman in a discussion. I don't think there'll be much more of this, but I found out a few things. I do want to investigate this crash that I heard, which makes me want to go back down the hill and do some more physical investigation. So, hey, that's great fun. To kind of look around the cabin, look at where people, and also maybe check everybody else's cabins. Maybe this is the cabin investigation episode before I talk to anybody else.
Maybe.
But I also find it really intriguing that there is clearly, like, the swap to the idea of doing investigative journalism means I think Paige knows someone's secret. The fact that one of the writers has a writing deal with the publishing company that Paige worked for means there could be some kind of weird quid pro quo going on. Maybe she wanted to know something and needed information from George last year, and he was like, well, I'll tell you, this is George's voice, by the way, well, I'll tell you, but you got to get me a writing deal with your publishing house. She went, all right, fine, I'll get you a deal. Just tell me, who did Baxter Barrett kill? Who did he murder all those years ago? Well, I found his wife's body in the morgue when I was investigating. You know, one of those sorts of things. So there could have been a bit of quid pro quo there. I think that's really interesting. I'm also unintrigued, I suppose, by the fact that she was staying up in the house. I think that may just be because something happened at a cabin, making it unlivable, and Baxter didn't want to fix it, and so just went, stay up in the cabin, or in the lodge. There's a place to sleep. That's my understanding. So I think there's a little bit less there, but that's good. That's progress. Mm-hmm. Do I want to say anything else to Nicola before I send this flat man on her flat butt? No, I don't think there is. Nicola. I mean, look, obviously I could spend a lot of time just talking about her opinions of all the other people and what they think. So you know what? I'll finish with one question. Mm-hmm. Nicola, obviously, I mean, it is inarguable. Someone murdered Paige. This isn't a natural death.
Yeah, I that's what I've been told.
You know the people here better than I do. I'm an outsider here. Who do you think could have done it?
I mean, look, you don't want to point fingers, you feel guilty, but it's got to be Barrett, right? It's his house.
I mean, he did find the body. It is his house.
Well, it wasn't just him. It was him and Natalie. But
him and Natalie.
Isn't that weirder? He didn't find the body in his own house?
That is true. All right, thank you, Nicola. I may have more questions for you later in what is going to become an 8-episode arc that Dani thought would be done in 2. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Let's go down the hill together. In silence. In silence. Before I investigate anybody else, any other questions I have for people, I'm going to start looking at cabins. But I'm going to start with cabin D, which is the victim's cabin, looking both for any evidence of secrets, interesting backstory, and also whatever made a large crashing sound. So can I enter cabin D?
You head for the cabin, you put your hand on the door handle.
It's locked.
It's locked.
Who's got the keys?
Oh, I mean, presumably Baxter's got a key, so that'll be fine.
I go back and I say, Baxter?
Actually, you know what? Simba says, oh, you're right. Sorry, I forgot. There was definitely a key on her person. We've taken.
Oh, wonderful. Did she have a phone with her, Simba?
Oh, yeah, probably, but it was long since dead. It didn't look like it had actually been used at any point over the last 5 days.
Great, lovely. Oh, just maybe there was a chance she was up there because there's reception up there. Yeah. She went up to make a call, but no, if she doesn't seem to have...
I apologize. I did remove anything that I thought would be prudent to remove, but will bear no bearing on this case. I'm certain of it.
All I've got is this flat, bloody piece of metal, but I can't see what use that would have for the case, so I threw it in the bin.
Just take the key and stop questioning me,
all right,
please.
I'll take the keys. Thank you, Simba. All right. I unlock the door.
Yes, that works.
Into cabin D.
And so now you can take a proper look and, ooh, yeah, it is a mess in here. So this cabin, it's a very, generally pretty simple writing desk bed. and quite large window. It'd be nice to sit at the desk and just look at the nature of the valley while you wrote. Except in this case, the large window has no pane. On the floor, you can see some tiny fragments of glass, but there's a big rectangle of cardboard with really flimsy masking tape on its edges.
Okay. So this looks like it's been Barrett's attempt at fixing the problem. Just stick some cardboard on it. Interesting. But not a lot of glass. So someone's cleaned up vaguely, but not well.
Yeah, the majority of it. Exactly.
Okay,
Was
lovely.
this a rush job, a lazy job, both, something? That's exactly right.
So we know the source of the crash. The glass shards that I see, are they inside? As if something was thrown through the window into the room? Or is the glass more on the outside, as if something was thrown out of this and smashing the window outwards?
We're talking inside that you've seen.
Sure.
These little fragments.
Can I go to the outside?
Yeah, sure.
Is there glass out here?
No, not really.
Okay, so that seems to me like something, it wasn't broken from the inside out, but rather from the outside in.
Yeah.
If I look around the room, on the floor, anything like that, could I possibly see anything that might have been the cause of this smashed glass, like a big rock?
No, you don't see anything like that whatsoever. Everything besides messy, it seems to be normal, and apart from, you would hazard a guess at one outfit and some, what did I call them?
Toiletries.
And some toiletries, nothing appears to be missing notably either.
Sure. Is there any indication here of the sort of stuff that Paige was writing, that Paige was working on while here? Is there a notebook or anything with writing in it?
That, you take a look and you think back to the room that you found her body in, and actually, no. That's weird. Like, you saw some pens, but no paper, no laptop, nothing like that.
I wonder if the small cuts on her hands could, just have been through from this cut glass. Not paper cuts or anything like that. This smashed glass in her room.
Definitely believable.
Wow, interesting. Again, a mystery unsolved. Okay, but no paper, nothing written.
No.
At a writer's retreat.
Yes.
Someone has taken her stuff. Now, would that be after she died, or was it the cause of the smashing in? Someone just smashed the glass, grabbed a book and ran. But you think she might react to that more than, I don't know what her reaction was. Interesting. And then there's other personal accoutrements, but nothing like noteworthy. No list of names where 3 of them crossed out and Barrett circled in a red marker or anything like that.
Correct.
Interesting. Are you sure? Are you sure that's not there? Because that would really help. It looks like someone must have taken, or she's hidden it somewhere, but there's at least some idea that people might want to take the stuff that she's working on. Which implies that, in my head, unless it's fueled by the jealousy of, you're writing so well and it was Nicola, maybe someone is caught up in whatever this investigative expose is. Interesting. I don't think there's anything else worth looking for in this cabin. There's nothing particular I'm looking for, and I can't see anything that stands out.
Nah.
I'm not going to go back and talk. I'm going to check some of the other cabins.
Okay.
I've already looked at where Barrett was up in the overlook, and I didn't find anything that incriminating or noteworthy after a fair look through the house. No secrets, no hidden. I specifically looked for hidden recesses and things to find her writing. Cabin D has the smashed window. If I look out that window, is there anything notable?
No.
It is nature.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not facing directly into another cabin where...
No.
Okay. I don't think that would have helped, but it might have given me some information about who could have smashed through this window. Interesting. Oh, gosh, I wonder if anyone else has... I should have looked at Nicola's hands. Someone else might have glass cuts on their hands because they came in and tried to steal in this room. Oh, damn, I should have checked. Did Nicola have bleeding hands at all?
You look, you totally noticed everyone's hands, and look, Baxter's looked a little bit rough around the edges.
But no one else has cuts on their hands?
No, definitely
not.
Not even him.
That's actually
really.
Very good to know. Ooh, I'm adding a layer of secrecy here. I'm getting in my own head.
This was meant to be the baby mystery. Where are these layers coming from?
What if she smashed her own window as an excuse to get up into the overlook to look for secrets? I didn't look hard enough. She was up there looking for secrets. She concocted a way to get herself up there. She was always complaining to Barrett. She smashed her own window knowing that the solution would be just come stay up at the lodge instead of fixing it to get herself into the lodge. She may have had a plan here. This could have been a calculated smashing, a calculated self-smashing purely to get access to the lodge at night. I think that's an interesting thing to keep in my back pocket, and thus it goes into my back pocket. Let's look at some of these other cabins. Let's just start from A, which is Rowan Bora's cabin. Can I have a look at cabin A?
You go there, you have to request a key from them, and you go in, and honestly, you don't see anything particularly noteworthy. I don't know if there's anything that you're looking after in particular, but just for instance, the inside of Rowan's cabin, I don't have any notes.
All right, that sounds good. If I check all the other cabins, is there one that I can find anything that is not just writing implements, personal accoutrement, that
Everything
sort of stuff?
inside the cabins is as you expect it. What you do notice, a couple of the locks are broken.
Oh, some of the locks to the cabins are broken.
Yeah.
So insofar as they don't need a key to get in?
Exactly, yeah. Cabin B and Cabin E are both like that.
So those are George's and Natalie's cabins. Do they know anything about that? I asked Natalie. I said, Natalie, I noticed that your cabin door is broken.
Yep.
That's something Barrett refused to fix?
Yeah, well, oh no. The locks will get here when they get here.
Ah, man. All right, fair enough. Do you know how it broke or just disrepair?
Oh, clearly just, look, the last owner was much better. He had no idea that so many things could break after just 1 year or so, but yeah, he's quite new.
Barrett's new?
You know, somewhat.
Who was the previous owner?
Oh, yeah, they had a French name, Jean-Claude, Jean-Paul. I can't remember. These things change hands more frequently than you'd think.
To be honest, I assumed that Barrett was had owned this land for a while and decided to put this retreat on it. But you're saying he recently acquired it?
Yeah, I don't know much about how property workings work, but I assume that he thought he was getting some sort of good business deal out of it and didn't actually need to, put in any work to running it.
Landlords. So you've been running this, obviously, since before Baxter was here.
Yes.
How long have you been running the Writers' Retreat?
Ooh, this is my 4th.
Oh, interesting. Was Barrett, was he the owner of this retreat last year?
No.
This is the first time
Yes.
he's been the owner. Interesting. Oh. And were these writing retreats running before you took over, or did you start them 4 years ago?
Oh, there are all sorts of retreats around. This was just a specific, smaller one that I volunteered for. It didn't exactly exist before I volunteered for one of them, but the idea of the writers' retreats in the local area, there have always been plenty, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I understand. There's a writing subculture here.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting. Well, this has turned into me talking to you, Natalie.
Oh,
so
sure.
up the hill we go!
I know my lock's broken, but we can't just go into my cabin.
No, I'm so sorry. We must go up the hill.
Right, sure.
All right, so we head up the hill in silence. Okay. Natalie, you've been running these retreats for a while.
Yes.
But first I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about the actual specifics here. Did you find the body, or did you and Mr. Barrett find it together?
We found it together. So
What were you doing up here in the Overlook?
it was breakfast. We were down at the dining area and...
She wasn't found until breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, was that not clear?
Did Barrett spend the night in his house with a corpse in his spare room?
As I understand it. Look, I have no idea when she died.
No wonder Nicola was pointing out isn't it weird that Barrett didn't find the body? He spent the whole night with a body there?
So it would seem.
Did Simba... Sorry, I'm sorry, Natalie, shut up. You shut your mouth, Natalie. Did Simba give me a time of death? Do we have that estimate?
No.
So she could have been killed
at
any
some point through the
time
night.
between having been seen as by my account, last night after dinner, all the way through to being found at breakfast the next morning. Did I get a vague idea? Obviously the blood wasn't super... I had to drive here.
Look, I haven't disputed your last night claim. It definitely feels more like night than morning.
Okay.
based on your body of knowledge.
Okay, but
Your
wild.
body of body knowledge.
Okay, sorry. Okay, Natalie. So
So-
you went up, and so you went up for breakfast? You didn't eat down here?
No, we were all down here, everybody except Paige. It's the last day of the camp. That was very unusual. So I said, "Where is she?" And when nobody could answer that, and knocking on the door to her cabin didn't work. And then Baxter said that wouldn't be where she was anyway when I went to ask him.
Ah, he knew that she would be up at his cabin?
Yes.
Now, this is because of the smashed glass incident.
You'll have to ask Baxter, I suppose.
Sure. All right. Did you hear there was a crash last night?
It was extremely windy, so I wasn't really listening out
windy?
for it, but it doesn't surprise
That's
me.
the second reference to windiness.
Based on how things have been, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yes, things not getting fixed.
Quite frankly, honestly, it's a miracle that she didn't die then. That would have been hell, wouldn't it? Sorry, just I'm thinking there have been PR-worthy disasters all over the place.
Well, I mean, she was still murdered.
I
That's
know.
Possibly worse than dying in the wind. So you, at breakfast, you were looking for Paige. Couldn't find her. Barrett told you she would be up at his
Look,
lodge.
I'm a writer. I just really don't like accidents and misfortune happening for no reason.
That's fair, I suppose. So you went up to his lodge.
Yes, the two of us went up there. So I had found him. He was pottering about as he does, coming down.
Yes, you found him partway down. Like when you talked to him looking for where Paige was, was he down the...
He was already down here nearby. Perhaps he
Sure.
recently showered. Perhaps he'd had breakfast before us, something like that.
All right,
But
fair.
we don't usually associate with him a good deal.
That's fair. He's not a writer like you and me. I'm writing, I write sci-fi short stories.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Set future cop who solves crimes using the power of his robot dog assistant.
It's not the idea that would have immediately grabbed me, but I haven't seen your work.
Here's the twist. The dog is actually his arch nemesis in disguise.
Oh. Do you have any comp titles?
Yeah, I was thinking Future Police and the disguised
No,
robo
sorry,
dog.
comp titles.
What's a comp? Things to compare it to?
Yes, exactly.
It's like Neuromancer meets Oliver Twist.
Oh, okay.
With a little dash of Pretty Woman.
So nothing more recent than that. Interesting.
No, nothing more recent.
Do you read?
I can't.
Excuse me?
I can't read. It's my secret shame. I don't know how you brought it out of me.
Oh,
So we were up at the lodge.
I don't. Yeah.
You met
This
Baxter.
took a turn that I don't know how to deal with.
You met Baxter. He told you that Paige would be up at the lodge, so you went up together.
Yes.
And what happened when you found her?
We went.
Recount the scene like a writer would.
He showed me where she'd been staying. I knocked on the door. I opened the door. She was lying on the floor. He said, "I'm going to call the police." And that was that.
And no one else went in or out of the room?
No, certainly not.
And interesting. You saw her there. Did you stay and look at this, or did you leave?
Oh,
Was
no,
that
I
something you
didn't.
could deal with?
I didn't stay to
No, I wouldn't
examine
have thought
things.
so.
Certainly not. I stayed in the kitchen for a moment. I was in shock, but not for long after the police call had been made. The two of us both went back down to alert the others to make sure that things didn't progress as normal. They certainly couldn't at that point.
Interesting.
The mini graduation ceremony, as we like to call it, was certainly put off.
Fair enough. It feels fruitless to ask her whether she saw a murder weapon. Because either she did and took it, or she didn't. Well, you know what? There's some fruit. What if she says, "Yes, I saw a murder weapon. It was this. It was on the floor by her head. Didn't you see it?" I don't think that will happen, but it may. So I'll ask, just because there's a possible fruit. Could be out of reach. It's an unlikely piece of fruit. Maybe it's just a rock that looks like a lemon. But I ask. Natalie,
No,
did you...
I didn't.
Okay,
I
fine.
wasn't looking out for anything in particular, so whether there was something there or not, I don't know.
All right. Okay. What did you think of Paige? This was her first time at the writers' retreat.
Yes, she was full of energy, I'll say that for her. on her form, her admissions form, she wrote down that she was an essayist, and that was what she planned on. But then on the first night, she said that she changed her mind. And she seemed very excitable, very interested, and I had to get to work. She didn't show me any of what she was talking about or explain it. She wanted it to be a mystery, scandalous sort of reveal.
This is her saying she was going to change to investigative journalism.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay, lovely.
Yes, and so for the last few days, that seemed to be what she'd been working on. At the Friday critique sessions, again, she wouldn't tell me exactly what was going on, but asked about how to make sure that people were interested in the topic matter, and I suggested that getting interviews so that it wouldn't be too dry. Beyond that, she did say yesterday that she definitely had hard evidence of what it was that she was talking about.
Interesting.
But that's all I know. And I am very curious. I did suspect that she might have been making it up. Because, well, we don't have internet here. How much research could she have possibly been doing?
Well, that's my thought. If she's suddenly developing new evidence while she's here, it sounds like maybe there's evidence here that she's had uncovered.
I suppose, but we're not that exciting a group of people.
Well, you never know. I once met a very boring person. Turned out he'd killed a man. That's most of the twists that I uncover in my line of work. It's usually that someone
I can see
killed
that.
a man.
Yes.
Sometimes they killed a woman. Sometimes they killed someone in between. Or off on a separate plane altogether.
Right. Look, the biggest
Like a
scandal.
tiger.
The biggest scandal that you'll find amongst the more junior writers here is the obvious shortcomings as writers.
Fair enough. What do you think of George as a writer? You assess their writing prowess. George seems that I've heard he's come leaps and bounds in his writing ability.
Yes, last year he also came to this camp, and I would have described him as very basic at his level. You would think that it was his first time attempting to write anything, but apparently maybe something that I said really got through to him, because 9 months later, so I hear, he's been given a deal and final copy's due sometime within months.
And
it's very impressive.
have you seen any of his writing this time round?
That's the silly thing. No, I haven't. Look, I'm not surprised by this. I know it sounds strange. You'd think that he'd want to show it off to everybody, but this is very typical. It's first book deal snobbery. He's not going to show anyone until it's perfect, until it's in its final form.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm wondering if he's not any better. And this is all about wheeling and dealing rather than improving skill. I'm not saying this to Natalie. But the idea of, was terrible, got book deal, and now no one has seen his new work, maybe it's still terrible. Doesn't mean necessarily that he wouldn't get a book deal. Some people can get book deals on terrible writing.
What I do know about Plover Publishing House is they aren't slouches. They know what they're doing. They are good quality. 3 of my books are published with them myself.
Interesting.
Not all of them. I have the clout to shop around when I need to. Would you like a copy of my latest?
Yes, please.
It's very good.
What's it called?
Iridescent Oracle.
Ooh, Iridescent Oracle. I remember finding that name in our list of patrons. What's it about?
It's a, sorry, I've been working on my logline. It's a forbidden romance between 2 political leaders on a Lusitania-like ship with strong allusions to various hell philosophies.
Do you have any comp titles?
I don't need comp titles at my level.
Oh. Now, when you say a Lusitania-like ship, do you mean the Titanic?
No, certainly not. A passenger ship during times of war.
Oh, okay. I'm confusing the Lusitania with the Olympic.
Oh.
And there was a third one, right?
Yes.
The Gigantic?
The Britannic?
The Britannic. That's boring. And did you know it was a love story?
Yes.
Okay.
Forbidden romance.
Well, I'm assuming this will be relevant to the world in general.
It's very relevant to my world.
Yeah, I'd love a copy.
Absolutely. I've got them in my cabin. You refused to do this interview there. It would have been much easier.
Let's head down the hill.
Great.
We go down the hill.
That's 3.
We get a book. We head back up the hill.
Right. You give it the quickest of scans, and from your brief look inside, yeah, that's some skilled writing in there.
Okay, interesting.
And Yeah, she'll give you a little bit of a brag that she's a fast writer too.
Oh, really? How long did it take you to write Iridescent Oracle?
Mere months.
This feels so important. Is this one currently in a publishing deal?
This
is a published book.
This is a physical copy. This is the first editions that, yes, they're out right now. They came out 2 weeks ago.
Interesting.
So you'll forgive me for trying to get the word out there. Not that I need the help, but it's always fun.
Oh, I understand.
I haven't lost the thrill.
Every new sale counts. Oh, you know when people say stuff at you and you're like, well, this has got to be important. Dani checked her notes to tell me that it was at least 2 weeks ago. It's got to be relevant. All right, lovely. How do you do an investigation again? What question? I mean, I do.
Shame you can't ask Paige.
Well, true. Paige is. Oh, that was something I wanted to ask. I'm not sure. You said Paige didn't show anybody her writing, but presumably you did see her writing while she was here.
Oh yes, of course. Well,
did she have a particular notebook or anything that she was writing in?
She mostly typed. Of course, she had papers around.
Typed on a laptop, or
yes.
Interesting. I haven't seen that laptop.
Oh.
Interesting. Oh. When did she say she had new evidence? That was on Friday.
Saturday.
Oh, on Saturday. I thought
yes.
it was at the Friday meeting. Okay, it was on Saturday.
No, Friday was at these critique meetings where I told her that she should try to get some interviews.
Did you see her arranging any of those interviews?
No, not at all.
Oh, I'm so intrigued. And Saturday was the day that she died, because it's Sunday when I got here.
I suppose
she would have died Saturday
late
night.
Saturday.
Oh, interesting. She has a laptop, but I can't find the laptop. Someone take the laptop. It would have new evidence on it. Evidence maybe she got from an interview. And you never saw her interviewing, say, other writers here at the campsite?
I mean, they talked to each other, sure. I couldn't say if any of them looked like a formal interview, no.
Okay, well, thank you for that information. I suppose I have one final question, really, at the moment, at the very least.
Sure.
It is inarguable that Paige has been murdered. Oh, you know what's hard and flat? A bloody laptop! Bloody laptop! It's the murder weapon! Killed by the very secrets she possessed in a physical way! Oh, the irony. Okay. Sorry, everybody. I know what the murder weapon is. It can't be that hard to find. It's a laptop-sized laptop. Okay, sorry. What was I asking? Oh, yeah. Who do you think did it?
I wouldn't have assumed that anyone... I mean, you can't really know anyone. Isn't that one of the core tenets of investigation?
Yeah, I just make it up at the end.
It's either you find them right away because they're ranting and raving over the body, or you never find them, really.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think that things make sense in the way that they do in fiction, so no, I wouldn't hazard a guess.
No, you didn't see. No one seemed. Did anyone have a problem with Paige?
Oh, that's a very different question.
That's why I asked it.
Yes, certainly people had problems with Paige. She spoke up a lot. She complained about things. Even though it was her first time being here, she walked around, I suppose, a little bit like she owned the place. It was never around me as such, but that energy that I think she was putting towards her investigative journalism, she had a bit of, I know something you don't know. Whether it was about whatever secrets she was uncovering, this big scandal about the world that she'd found, or whether it was that she has more experience in the industry than many of the others. Hard to say.
And you think this rubbed people the wrong way?
Oh, most certainly.
Did it ever come to any kind of heated argument or violence that you saw?
Oh, no.
Anyone ever come up to her and say, "I'll kill you with your own laptop, you freak"? Anything like that?
Certainly not.
Okay. Because that would be good. That would be pertinent information for my investigation. Okay. All right. People didn't like Paige. She must have. Okay. Thank you, Natalie. I head back down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
I might quickly, just very, very quickly, so I don't have to start a new interview here, just grab Nicola for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Say, Nicola, I heard that perhaps Paige was conducting some interviews of her own, much like mine.
Interviews?
Did you notice any moment of her slipping away with one of the other members of the camp?
Slipping away?
Or with Baxter, yeah, somewhere to have a private conversation.
Yeah, she, you know what? On Friday, I think I saw... Yeah, she did. She went into George's room.
Thank you very much. That's all I need from you. Thank you very much. I should talk to George. Okay. So before I talk to George, as George and I trundle silently up the hill to the Overlook for our interview,
Naturally.
I have a few things to ponder. One, obviously, the murder weapon must have been this laptop. It is missing. It is flat. It is murderable. I think in my head that's very solid. I know I'm missing a laptop and I know I'm missing a flat murder weapon. That seems to coincide. I could do more scrounging for that. It's got to be somewhere, right? It's not in anyone's... Like, I search people's... would it be worth, I say, stopping on my ascent, doing a specific search now that I know that I'm looking for that? Is that something that you might reward a bit more in terms of, like, if I turned over these cabins looking for this laptop
like
specifically?
if you had been somewhere where a laptop was,
you would have told me.
Yeah.
Okay. The Overlook, as I get there, I usher George inside. I said, take a seat, I'll be in there in a second.
Yeah, right. Sure.
If I were to search around the outside of this building, as if someone murdered, opened the window and threw it out, could I find the laptop in the brush around here if I'm looking specifically for a laptop?
No.
Interesting. Where could it be? I feel like I want to do this search before I do anything else. Maybe this isn't about talking, because coming into these conversations armed with knowledge is usually better. George, we're going back down the hill.
Oh, for God's sake.
Sorry, George, we're back down the hill. We're back down into the camp proper. I want to scrounge. I want to search. There are buildings I have not searched yet. There are bathrooms.
Yeah.
There are 2 shared bathrooms and a separate shower
Showers.
area.
Yep.
I'm going to keep them all locked in the kitchen, as they have been.
Sure.
I'm going to scrounge. I'm going to search. Is there, like, anywhere in these bathrooms, inside the cisterns of the toilets, under the sink, anything like that I can find a missing laptop?
Yes.
Ha! Well, I was getting ready for even more explanation of where I search. I find the laptop. Okay, well, this is going to be the end of this episode. I'm like, let's start looking through this thing. Okay, wait a minute. Can I turn it on? Does it have any power?
One of the toilets, one of the old school cisterns of the toilet that is filled with water.
Yeah, bloody water.
Maybe a hint. Contains a laptop and several half disintegrated sheets of paper.
Oh, I'm not going to be... I try and open the laptop. Does it work?
Definitely
not. Does it turn on?
Not at all.
Oh, I'm evidenceless.
It's also got some hardy dents in it. You weren't sure if it would work even if it weren't wet.
That's true.
I mean...
Now, the problem is, I was really hoping to find a laptop to get information from it. Instead, in finding a laptop, all I've discovered is something I already knew, which is that this person was killed with a laptop and then it was to get rid of the information on it. I don't have that info, and I don't know who hid the laptop. Is there security footage in these bathrooms? Yeah, is there security footage anywhere? I don't think so, right?
No.
Oh, this didn't help me at all. This led to no more answers. Okay. There's a laptop. Well, now I can reassess whether I want to talk to... Because here's my thought. I have a few people I could talk to, obviously. Rowan I haven't talked to at all. He might have some interesting details. But I don't have a pressing question explicitly related to Rowan. But perhaps that makes it more likely that I should talk to him to get a few more... He might be a source rather than a payoff for pressing questions.
Yeah.
George, I can press on this idea of doing an interview with Paige. He may not even be incriminated in the interview. He may have done some incriminating in the interview. And is actually therefore perfectly happy to talk about it. Doesn't realise how important what he said was. And then, of course, I still haven't talked to the other person who found the body and who owns the building that body was found in. I haven't actually talked to Baxter Barrett. Maybe he's a better call. If I'm gathering suspiciousness on George, maybe Baxter's a better first port of call. What if he mentions, like... If during this conversation he's like, oh, and you can never trust anything George said, by the way. If you ever listen to a fact that George says, it must be false. Then it's like, okay, he's been incriminated by whatever testimony George gave, you know? Oh, I think okay. I'm gonna decide who to talk to in a second. I'd just like to do an update on my understanding here. She's investigating stuff. Maybe it's not that she has some secret deal with George about the publishing company stuff, but maybe that is the crux of investigation. And George received like a deal he shouldn't have, or stole a book from someone, or did something. Something is fishy going on at Plover. Plover is doing something bad. She was an insider, found out about it, decided to do some investigation, came out here, wanted to talk to... Maybe she came here specifically to talk to either Natalie, who has worked with Plover before, or George, who is currently working with Plover, and knew that he'd be at this writer's retreat, and did the whole thing as a ploy to talk to him about what she uncovered, some secret deal, some book thing. He's written not the iridescent oracle, but the
bioluminescent,
the pearlescent seer. The pearlescent seer he's written, which is on the Lusitania itself, not a Lusitania-like, and that's the only difference. And there's like theft of ideas going, and she's uncovering something. I think she must have that. I think that publisher connection gives her an existing connection to George. There's something there. I don't know if he's good or bad. I kind of really want to talk to him, but I think I need more groundwork. First, maybe Baxter's the better option. So maybe I need to talk to him about... I mean, he had a body in his house overnight and he didn't notice. If anyone heard anything, it'd be Baxter. If anyone saw anything, it'd be Baxter. If anyone did it, it'd be Baxter. I trundle up the hill with a dour, bald, bearded farmer in tow.
Thank you for listening to Solve This Murder. To submit your own guesses for whodunit, send an email to solvethismurderpod@gmail.com. We read every theory we're sent and award the greatest sleuth with a place on our wall of detectives. To support the show, you can sign up for our Patreon and receive weekly bonus episodes, monthly videos, and full access to all parts of new Solve This Murder mysteries on day one. Thanks to all our patrons for supporting us. Thanks to Advanced Sagebrush and Shootouts for our theme music, and thanks again to all of you for listening.